Please direct your attention to the...
Come on!
Okay, I'm gonna hit start record and see if I can come up with a brand new intro for this new saga of our podcast and say, hello and welcome to be released. Damn it, it's the same one. I'm here with Zenrot.
Hello.
And I'm here with Common.
Yo.
Hello, everyone. As you've now noticed, we have a new name. It's the same old former... This is our Dragon Ball Z to our previous Dragon Ball. That's the way you should see it. So all those previous episodes are still canon. We just have a new name. The manga form just has one full long name, though. That's all you need to know.
The lore books.
Exactly. When you look back in the lore books, it will all be called modcast, but when you go to the video forms, there will be a dip in names. So, let's get on to doing what we always do, talk about Dokkan. So, let's see. First of all...
We're going to do the part where we pretend any of us know what's going on in the global version, and then kind of pussyfoot around it, and then move on to the version we know how to talk about?
Yes, exactly the same, except for now, characters that you knew and loved in the previous version are less pronounced here. So Penta, the puar of our group, now barely shows up. That's
Launch.
me. Yeah, he's actually. I think, you know what? If we're being honest, Penta's our launch. Just mainly because of time differences that he can't show up anymore. But anyway, yeah, Global. Let's give some lip service to Global. Something good happened to Global in which they got what Japan happened a lot, which is they fucked up and they got a bunch of double rewards, and then they fucked up the double rewards.
Yeah, it was like quadruple rewards, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because I think it's funny. It's real funny. They gave them double rewards, and then they fixed it, and they said, here you go, here's the fix. And then they gave them double of the fixing.
Yeah, they fucked up the rewards, so everyone got them twice, and they were like, damn it. Why they were like, oh, we have to compensate you for giving you extra shit. But they did it anyway, and then they didn't actually fix the fact that the rewards were sent out twice, so then the compensation got sent out twice. It's an astonishing level of complete ineptitude at just basic shit.
It's borderline a sitcom style like plot line where they fuck up the first time and then they go back and do it again. That's pretty good though. That, you know, hey, that's good. Good on you. And now let's go back to the other stuff that are less good to talk about. LR Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is finally released, so the meme is dead in Global, and he's good. He's
pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He has maybe the dumbest cost ever to get to him, where you need 6 of each type Super Fierce Battle. Is that right?
Fierce Battle, since we're talking about Global.
Is it just... Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a full team of Fierce Battle for every
For
color.
each type.
For
Yeah.
each type, which is hilarious. Just good job. Just every single aspect about Super Saiyan Blue Vegito in his LR form has been amazing. I think
It's been an astonishing clusterfuck from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All the way to the end.
Right.
yeah, nothing has gone right, and it's kind of amazing to see him. It's kind of funny because we'll talk about it in Japan, how it feels like they really screwed up on the release. Not the card itself, because the card itself is fine. Like, he's a heavy hitter, and if you don't have a Vegito Blue that has crazy dupe paths, or the physical one, or you just have the tech one with no dupe paths at all, he's actually pretty decent for that. But it feels like in every single step of the way of how to get him, they just completely messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at this point, everyone should know. And if you don't know, then you're deluding yourself, and there's no getting to you. So let's talk about the actual other Super Vegito that's now in Global, which is the physical Super Vegito.
Alright, he came out. I forgot.
Yeah, he came out. He came out, I think, the same time as Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, which either makes it seem like they waited, or it was just a good opportunity to release 2 Vegitos at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Who actually knows? But if you don't have that one, he's a category lead for the Buu Saga? Is that what they're calling it?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, all of it. So that goes
Whatever.
from So if you can finally run Spopovich and the other guy that I can't remember.
Yamu.
There you go. Spopovich, Yamu, the weird Pui Pui.
And
Hercule, and that guy that has shocking speed, that's an R that I can't remember. The weird light.
Yakon.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Man, I
Yakon.
wanted to pull Yakon for such a long time, and I still never pulled him as an R. The AGO Yakon, I mean.
I have the agility and the STRR at SA10.
It's a good use of your time.
I mean, yeah, I have arguably the dumbest box in all of Dokkan history because I keep every single unit. No unit goes to waste. You have to eat all parts of the buffalo, and I eat all parts of the shitty fucking the summons at his
The
Dokkan.
garbage. Gotcha.
Exactly. The only things I don't have at 10 are the N cards, and that's because I can just easily get them again. It's not like they're super hard to get. But yeah, it's sadness. So yeah, and I actually have him in Japan, so I can actually speak that the card is crazy good and fun to play. So if you have him, use him while you can, because the second that the LR show up, no one's going to be running him again. You'll just be a distant memory.
I do want to speak though. Physical Super Vegito is actually good as a lead, because what you have the ability to do is that you can run a full mono super physical of just Buu Saga units consisting of like physical Super Vegito, physical Great Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, physical
That Super Saiyan
Gohan.
Gohan that gets a Dokkan, that it turns out really good.
Yeah, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goten, so it have really fun. You can really have fun with it during Super Battle Road. You have physical Super Vegito, because that way you can just run.
Well, the fun is relative in Super Battle Road. Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
actually something that happened to Global too that we never talked about. They got
Oh
Super
yeah, I
Battle
forgot
Road.
about that.
That's because
Enjoy.
at this point you've experienced it, and now you understand why every Japan player was like, just fucking mod it. It's not worth your fucking time. It's not worth being in the game, to be honest.
I don't even think that Gohan's worth it, to be honest.
He's the hardest free-to-play unit to get, and he is also maybe not the worst, but he's pretty bad.
He's maybe the worst LR other than the leader skill.
Yes, if you don't count his leader skill, he is the worst LR. Because he's just, even I've used him, and I used him for a long time just because that was the only lead I could use. Him and just to show you how bad my pulls were in the Japan side.
His super attack looks really nice though.
I mean, yeah, I like everything about him except for the fact that he's not good. And I don't understand why. Maybe they thought, like, this is an extremely hard fight. Let's not make the unit too good. Because I guess if they were, like, damned either way they did it. If they made the unit crazy good and you did Super Battle Road, if you couldn't finish Super Battle Road and you didn't know about the modding of it, then you would go like, well, shit, this really good card I'll never have. But now that it's a bad card, everyone that finishes is like, I can't believe I put all that effort for this. They really should have just swapped it with the Goku, because the Goku's good enough. So you'd go like, oh yeah, this is good, and I don't have to wait 1,000 days to get him.
I forgot about the 1,000 days Goku.
Oh my gosh.
I remember him every time I log in because I'm at 880 days. So I'm currently grinding out the rest of the days of Dokkan so I can finally get him. And I can't wait to get him because I really do like the way he looks and the way he super animates. And he has just so many characters with him, but it's going to take a while. It actually did it made me think like, oh, you know what I would like? If they had done this concept but with a Super Saiyan God Goku. So they could recreate that ending when he's fighting Beerus and he looks up and then everyone's like screaming his name because he remembers them. Which is how...
that would have been cool.
That would have been real cool. That would have been awesome to see. Also, I just realized that Goku's main thing is having other people just show up and shout his name. And he gets way more... He's able to continue.
Yeah. He's still a shonen protagonist, no matter what happens.
Yeah. You know what? I like that. I'm a sucker for good stuff. And I like people shouting the protagonist's name. So yeah, I think that's it for Global. I don't know what's coming up for Global, but I assume you guys know what. At this point,
Oh
it's kind of
right.
known. Save up for LRs, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing Global, I don't understand how you look at Japan and then you see what's currently coming up, and then just still go, why don't I just wait for the giant LR dudes who completely who, like, even if you don't play, let me tell you, everyone in Japan fucking runs them. Even though if you're one of the few that don't run them, it's infuriating because you can't find any other friend. So you just have to look at these
Like
fuckers with
the
their
only
LR.
guy on the world that doesn't have one yet.
As a global player, exclusive up until like a few weeks ago when I signed my old JP that I reloaded a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
I've just basically moved away from my really, or rather relatively expensive global account with really good units, and playing with JP just because I really want the LRs and play with that mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
and I still haven't gotten them. But even then, I'm still working on my JP account.
Man, I don't know. It's weird, especially with Global changing up everything. Even though Cornell has told me that they won't change anniversaries, so there's a chance that this banner will come out. But for some reason in my mind, I'm like, I don't know what Global's gonna do to change stuff, because they could literally do anything, because it feels like that's what they like to do now. It's like, here you go,
I'll say
sucker
one
punch to be released units.
I'll
Go
say
ahead.
one thing. I'm looking at the schedule because I'm not very up to date on global either at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like you're getting the Dokkan for Super Vegeta and the Dokkan for the STR Super Saiyan Goku that first debuted in the Full Power Frieza banner on the 21st, and you're also gonna get the LR Goten and Trunks, which start out as the AGL Mighty Mask.
Basically the prototype for the current LRs.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's kind of it about global. Besides having like the Tournament of Power event going on.
That's right, Tournament of Power. That's another thing I forgot. There's a lot of like just story events that happen in Dokkan that I just kind of forget, either because nothing really happens in them or they're just like devices to get stones. Tournament of Power is definitely one of them. The only thing you can say positive is that technically you get a free Ultra Instinct Goku. But even then, like, he's alright. That's about it. His category is literally other people in the Tournament of Power, and no one is gonna run him.
Yeah, but like, there's like 3 good cards in the Tournament of Power, and one of them is the SSR Ultra Instinct Goku that you can't use on the same fucking team as him. So, you know.
You're kind of out of luck unless you're running one just for the fun of it. You're like, I want to run my Topo with my Android 17, and then you're making fan fiction in your team as you're playing Dokkan. Which is now something I never thought of. Do you think that some people play Dokkan and they create their own fan fiction to go with the fan fiction that is the Dokkan story? Like, they go like,
there was that guy on the subreddit for a while that made fan fiction of a fictional person playing Dokkan. Does that count?
Oh, right, that one.
I mean, that's a super meta example of fan fiction. I'm talking about a dude who's like going like, okay, before every event, he's like, well, okay, Common apparently does, but let me continue my point. I'm saying like they see an event, they're like, oh man, Super Vegeta's here, and then they make their team not based off of how good it is, but what kind of story they want to tell. So they're like, I think I'm gonna add Kid Buu, and then just to really fuck it up, I'm gonna add Buuhan and the other Boos and see if the Boos can coexist enough to beat this other Buuhan, who we'll call Evil Buuhan, Majin Buuhan.
Majin Buuhan.
Yeah, that's to show you he's double the devil.
I sometimes do that. But basically how my Dokkan story headcanon goes is kind of like how it works for F-Go and Caldea, where you have like, stand on the side as a master and you command. Basically the main characters I think that are in Dokkan's headcanon are like Beat and Note, basically the Dragon Ball Heroes kids. Because when you start up the game for the first time, when you can generate your name, if you that randomly generate for you, it's like Beat, Note, or any of the Dragon Ball Heroes kids' names. So it's always been the thing I've been going with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just do some fun teams in a while because it gets boring just to run the optimal team, run the event, and get it done with.
Okay, I think I understand. The thing I was thinking of is now you've made me start to question. I just remembered that the Dokkan story opens with Trunks wishing for the greatest hero
Yeah.
to be summoned to help him. And then I just realized that he summons you because the dragon should only be able to summon someone as strong as Dende. So it really kind of backfires on all accounts, unless your superpower is the ability to use your money to summon better people.
Hey, that's actually canon in Fire Emblem Heroes.
Is it? Oh yeah, that is.
You're important because you have the ability to summon characters.
Yeah, so you're basically just a summoner. That's, I think, what Dokkan is trying to get at, but because of the either lousy translation or because they don't actually care about their story, it's hard to convey that. Alright, that's enough of the story, and that's enough of Global. So let's move on to Japan, where now, let's see, some stuff came out. The Dokkan festivals are still here, and that's making me sad. The Sicket banner's still here, and that's making me sad. For some reason, the Buu Candy event came back, and that just made me sad because you have to do it 50 times to get an Elder Kai. But there's some good things to be happy about. Like the new Gohan, they finally gave him his Extreme Z Awakening, and he's pretty good. I mean, he's... Go ahead, Zen.
That was it. I just say he's not bad.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Those are all my thoughts on him.
He's technically the category lead for Namek until we get, hopefully, a better one. Because I don't want to live in a world where Dokkan devs say, no, Namek, Gohan should be enough. Because it feels like a cruel world that I don't want to live in.
Well, the Namek category is such dog shit anyway. Does it even really matter?
You're wrong. Because recently... so Gohan's okay, but then they decided that there was a news thing that showed up that was all Ginyu Force, so they were like, oh, this has to be the Ginyu Force is coming back and he's not going to be related to Battlefield. And then we were all the way wrong, because not only is, I think Battlefield is coming back, but that's not what the announcement was for. Like, at some point, Battlefield will return, and they will have discarded all the Plants vs. Zombies shit, and it might just be Super Battle World again.
It's kind of like Mega Man with it, from what I saw, because you choose one of 4 bosses.
Dude, don't compare it to Mega, because now you're gonna make me sad that there's not a DBZ Mega Man style video game. Are you fucking serious?
It's a similar UI, and that's all. It's just the Mega Man UI.
Give me, okay, DBZ, you play as Majin Buu, Kid Buu from the start, and then when you beat other people, you absorb them as Buu, and you become them,
that
and you
would
go...
actually be pretty cool.
That'd be fucking awesome!
That would be so great.
Oh, that's never gonna happen. I would play the shit out of that
game.
Some fan art is cut out there with your fucking sprites. Do something for the good of humanity. Make Mega Kid Buu or something, please. But yeah, Battlefield, it's like you said, you have to select bosses and then you continue on from the screen and then you fight bigger bosses, but it's basically just
It's Battlefield without the bullshit part of Battlefield that nobody liked.
Yeah, it's just Dokkan. The thing that people like.
Question mark at the end? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how they balance it. It could.
Well, you know what? We say nobody likes it, but then they're like, hey, we have a shit zillion dollars, so I guess people really like it.
I mean, yes, they do. I like it in moderation and when I pull something fun. The other thing that they changed is that it's no longer, in Battlefield, it wasn't 100. No, it was 100. I was thinking you needed 1,000 units. No, you needed 100. But they could be any unit. They could be Ns, they could be Rs, they could be SRs.
That's not accurate, I don't think. I'm pretty sure there was a minimum.
No, you could use 100, but I'm saying that you could use any type, but now they've changed it to where it's only URs.
I thought it was kind of like a limit on rarity before then. I don't remember.
The old Battlefield had a rarity limit. I think it was SR.
Okay.
So it would be SR's Awaken.
Okay, there you go. So they had to be at least R Awaken, right? So now they made it so that you don't need that either. You just need pure URs, which, to be fair, if you were going to do any good at Battlefield previously, you needed actual good units.
That's what you had anyway.
Yeah, the only thing that's different is that now SRs, Rs, and everything else is useless, but they always were. So nothing really has changed.
Yeah, it's not that different.
No, you just need to remember to get a bunch of URs, which is pretty easy now, I'll say. As long because there's plenty of rebirths of like actual shitty SRs as well, so you can get them easy enough. But so yeah, Battlefield's coming back. That will have the original Ginyu Force, but the news station was actually turns out that they're just going to be releasing 6 new Ginyu Force units.
Oh,
Yep.
Which is
in you can
okay,
go
5
ahead.
TURs, which are Ginyu, Reikum, Birder, Jace. Did I forget one? Is it Guldo?
Guldo.
It's Guldo. It's always Guldo. Guldo. Those can all go TUR, and they have their own ability system. And then if you get all of those and you get them all to 100% in their own ability system, you get Ginyu as Goku with the Ginyu Force. And it's maybe the most parentheses I've seen, because it's literally, I think, Ginyu parentheses Goku parentheses Rangers.
Yeah.
And this new LR, and he also, by the way, he's LR. They just give you him as an LR. So if you're able to get all the other ones to 100%, you get this LR, who is the category lead for the category Ginyu, for the Ginyu Rangers. Making finally the basically troll team you made when you were bored, because you were like, I need to grind something, let me put a bunch of Ginyus and some bullshit 100% leader. And have a fun time with it. They've decided, like, no, let's just give it to people. And the category is only at 100%. And according to calculations from Mobile Man, it's actually one of the strongest teams out there.
Well, I mean, the free 100%, their stats are going to be good.
Yeah. It's very generous to make them all be free. Even if they're free and they don't get, like, the full, like... No, because regardless, if they were free to play, they would still get the 4,000. The only thing is that you'd have to spend actual orbs on them, which sucks, unless you're me and you had a shit ton of orbs and you had, like, nothing else to spend them on because you got that bad of a summoning time. But giving them, like, their own ability shit makes it so it's pretty easy to just go, like, okay, no, just give them these. The stat gain won't be great, but the thing that matters is the dupe abilities as well. And getting those is real good.
We should also talk about Jace. Just Jace.
Yeah, so all the Ginyu members are, and they work best together as a unit. I think Jace is the one that's actually the standout from all of them, because he's a villain support, and so he gives 2 ki and 20% attack. It was mistranslated as that he would only give himself 20% attack, but it actually gives it to everyone. And then his other side ability is that he can look to see if the enemy is going to be super attacking you.
Which is something that's been desired for so long.
I want to say since they took away our ability to just close the app and stop a super attack.
The cheat, yeah.
I would say even before that, but I've been waiting on this for so long, and the way that I think they did it, I think it's pretty generous of them that they didn't just add a chance to it or something, because this is like
yeah. They could have done that.
Thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
props on them for that.
And I think it shows on like the card itself. If it's a wave, it means it's a normal attack, and if it's a plus, it means that they're gonna super attack you.
It's like a plus or like a punching kind of like pow symbol.
And it's also good on them to give it to a free to play unit. And of all the
Yes.
units that are free to play, they could have given it to Gohan. Nope, Jace from the Ginyu Force. It's kind of amazing. Like, the thing I think I've been doing this, and I've seen a lot of people doing it, where a lot of people are going, "What's the catch?" And as of this recording, we don't know the catch, but it's because we're so happy that they seem so good, and this is such a good move that we're waiting for like them to kick the football. We're all Charlie Brown going for the football. And now we're just waiting for them to like lift it up at the last second. But
I like how we've gotten to the point where like we just expect anything good to be subverted by like something really horrible.
Kind of, and I kind of hope because it's a celebration that they're gonna make it. It's still gonna be a grind. You're still gonna have to like
Yeah.
get them to SA10. You're still gonna need to get them ability orbs to get the LR, which is fine. And maybe it's gonna be limited to this specific time, and it's not gonna be a thing that you're gonna be able to do from a month from now. And that will suck for people that want to either re-roll or they want to.
Yeah.
They start like after they come back, and that'll
So
be.
you know, it's funny.
Mhm.
It's like for everyone who doesn't reroll, we're like getting this boon of really cool shit. I think because they just want to fuck with rerollers.
Yeah.
It does feel like that.
So
right?
as someone who doesn't reroll, I'm sitting here like, yes, give me more.
Yeah,
Just because they're like, you know what? Fuck rerollers, guys.
it does feel that way because like even super like the Extreme Z Awakening, none of them have returned yet, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku is one of the best freaking cards in the game as far as like
Yep.
except for the tech one, but we don't talk about him because no one can get him. But the point still stands, and doing Extreme Z Awakenings usually give you a buttload of stones, except for the free one that gave you still a bunch of ability orbs, which is also good. Like I'm not gonna shake a stick at ability orbs. So it really does feel like they're just kind of doing stuff to spite re-rollers.
Yep.
Yep, it really does, and it's kind of really funny.
It is. It's unfortunate for the people who constantly re-roll, but I don't know. Just re-roll again and hope for the best.
Honestly, I'm probably be honest. This is what I would do if I was in a reroller's position. I would literally just farm up the stones and store as much as I can and just use it on stamina runs for the Ginyu Force farming. Just so you can get like that team and run it.
Well, we'll see how hard or whatever they are to get. Well, the funny thing is that there's no way that event will be harder than Super Battle Road. I say that literally like couple hours before its actual
Don't
release.
jinx it.
Yeah, you're tempting the gods here. We always get fucked over by something.
Yes, you know what? I'm at this point. I'm like that one episode of Doctor Who where no one dies, and the Doctor's just like, "Fucking finally, one victory for me. That's me currently. I just want this one. Can't I have
You
one?"
think that because we changed the name of the cast to something other than the modcast, we lost the call powers now?
No, because
think it's gonna get even worse?
yesterday we were going to actually record, and then stuff happened. But then right as soon as we said like, I guess we can't record today, an hour later they were like, new Ginyu Force. So
yeah, so they tried to get us, but just life got in the way.
exactly, our to be
Protect
release,
us.
the to be release force is too strong in us. They can't in no way compare to our to be released. It's too powerful. But yeah, these Ginyu dudes. I like that they've decided that yes, the Ginyu Force are the free to play units that should get all the love and attention. This borderline meme card should be better than the one they voted for, even though technically right now Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is stronger than LR Ginyu. We'll see after we get those dupe paths if that will stay. My fingers are crossed. You know who I want to be number one on top of LR Vegito Blue so badly.
Me too.
He's the meme with a dream. LR Ginyu. He's here.
I am actually really excited to run this team. So, this is actually going to be the team that I'm going to be running when it drops. I'm going to be running the tech lead with all the sub-units. I don't care if it's like not optimal, but I just want to run it so that I can bring a friend physical lead because they are going to be filled with keys, so I'm not going to need the second tech lead. So this could be a team I just run with all of them being individual units, not dupes.
See, I like your commitment to the bit. The only problem is the friend system. The ultimate that might actually be the football throwing away moment is that when we're reminded that the friend system still sucks. And, you know,
Never forget.
Somebody will take one for the team.
especially after these LRs and they've basically killed all other forms of category leads, they kind of like really show how bad this friend system is. But, you know, maybe by the 4-year, they'll surprise us with a new friend system.
One
It'd
of
be
those
really funny
days.
though.
What?
It'd be really funny
Go ahead.
if the Ginyu team is gonna be really so fun to the point where if you have like one of the weaker 120% 120% mono teams, that you're just gonna see Ginyu everywhere, all like Tech Ginyu everywhere. You're not gonna see an STR Janemba, an Asia Super 17. None of that. You're just gonna see Tech Ginyu everywhere.
You mean this is basically that moment in that the Metal Gear Solid 5 where if everyone releases their nukes, they unlock a special cutscene? Our version of Dokkan is everyone throws away their category leads and just runs Tech Ginyu. That's asking the ultimate price of people that the whales have spent too much. They got those LRs and they sure as hell are going to show them off. And they should. You know, they got their fancy toy. They should be allowed to play with it and show off everyone else. It's just unfortunate that us here, playing with the ball and the stick, have to see it and wait for others with balls and sticks to join our fun. But yeah, I'll say good on them for this for now. I mean, we'll see later on how bad this event is, and in 2 weeks we'll go like, remember when we said this? Well, here's the actual addendum. But I really do hope that this all turns out good.
I also want to say one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's true what they're doing to get the LR Ginyu, and it's that we're not misinterpreting, I think it's such a waste that you don't get one copy of the Tech Ginyu for each member that you for each member you get to 100%. If you have 5 members, you need 5 copies. It perfectly makes sense.
I thought they do give you 5. I thought they give you 1 for each because you're going to be able to rainbow him.
That's what I hope, but what I'm hearing from City Hall and other people saying like the mission says like 100%ing all of them gives you 1 copy with no sign of how to get the other dupes.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see on that stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see if when the day comes, maybe more stuff will show up. But until then...
Yeah, don't attribute anything to it that's not there yet, because people are desperate to find out why this is bad.
Exactly.
They're going out of their way to find a way that this is bad. So
I'm also going to stamp this with the Zahal clause, because technically he said it. It's not true. I'm going to open up my legal book, point to the Zahal rule, and call it a day, Otter. All right, I think that's kind of it for Dokkan, unless you can think of anything else we may have missed.
The LRs are coming back in banners that certainly look a lot like bait.
Oh yeah, that's right. A bunch of LRs are coming, and they look like crazy bait because I want to say, except for LR Broly, we've never had any of these banners, right? Maybe Trunks.
I believe that's correct. Maybe Trunks. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Global has
about the LRs coming back.
Yeah, and they're the old ones too, because now that the new shiny ones are here, like LR Bojack, you don't need any of the other ones. Who needs LR Gohan when you got the full power of the Bojack force right there?
Yeah, it's the whole Bojack squadron.
You know what? I really would have liked it if Bojack was put into the Ginyu Force category, and he would have been like our Broly in the Resurrected category, where it'd have been like, why the hell is he in here? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, those are coming, and I don't trust them. So I'm probably not going to pull on them, but then who knows? Maybe my stones will just magically disappear. I'll wake up one day, and I'll be like...
Maybe you'll actually pull an LR now, and then you can be like the rest of us.
I'll just pull another Tech Tapion. How about that? I'll just have unlimited Tech Tapions. You know those Japanese boxes with the people who go like, look at my 50 LR units that I have at Rainbow? It's gonna be me, but with like Tech Tapion, just all over the place.
It's not even the right Tapion.
It's not. It's not the right one.
It's a better one.
Oh, first of all, don't speak blasphemy. Comment, please.
Oh man.
This is a age-old Tapion free zone. No slander. Yeah, I think with those banners, that's basically it for Dokkan. We'll see if in 2 weeks, if they decide to release another LR. That seems possible.
Right on the heels of these ones. At this rate, it's like 90% of what they're doing is just more and more LRs, so...
Yeah. By 2 weeks' time, we're going to get the LR that I talked about, Mobile Man, that I want, which is LR Ginyu and Frieza, where the art is Ginyu doing the dance. So, like, as the LR art, like, slowly, it's like different poses.
The dance Frieza is, like, annoyedly watching?
Yes. And so like the LR art is the most intensive ever because every new flash is him doing a different pose in the dance. And that's the category lead for Namek, the one we deserve. This is also slightly on topic because they released another Ginyu and he has like, I don't know, his Milky Cannon. Is that the name of his fucking one move?
Yeah, that's his special attack.
I badly want now a Ginyu who does the change bodies, and when you do it, it triggers a ape-like transformation where you become the boss for 3 turns. So you get like all the crazy boss power, so you can't be stunned, you can't be anything, you can't do any of that, and you're just like... it turns into like the ape transformation, except for it's the boss now, and it can only be used on bosses, and that would be Ginyu's move. Actually, it'd be funnier if you used it on like a Cyberman. And like you became that Cyberman for 3 turns, so you had to actually be careful on who you use that special on. But that's my hope. That sounds like it'd be way too much work for their side, so I doubt it would ever happen. But I would love it.
That would be pretty cool.
Maybe
I would sign off on that.
Maybe Cheery Gap match.
Maybe. And now to our new segment, because new podcast, new segment. That's right. We're going to be talking about other games in a segment that I call Other Games. All right, let's start with Zenrod. Zenrod, tell us what you've been playing. There are other games in Dokkan, so why don't you tell us about some of the ones you've been playing?
Main game that I've been picking up lately is Dissidia Opera Omnia. It's a Final Fantasy game. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, I remember. That's the new... It's not a gacha, right? But it is a new mobile game.
It's sort of a gacha. It's only for gear, so all the characters are dropped, so it's impossible to miss a character.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, weapons are in the gacha and armor, and each sort of like character-specific 5-star gives them like a different passive. So you can miss out on character passives, but you can't ever miss out on the character.
Oh, I think that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So you never have
system.
to worry about like losing out on who you want.
Yeah, and especially for like Final Fantasy that has so many characters. And
yeah,
I would imagine... I actually don't understand how you guys can play that gacha game, because I would imagine if I was a huge Final Fantasy fan and the rates weren't amazing and you missed one, I would feel real bummed out about it.
Are you talking about Brave Exvius?
Yes, let's say that one. Because my brother plays that one too, but I don't know
like
much
Mayo
about
plays?
Yeah, Mayo plays the one. Mayo goes like, "Oh, this is my greatest one ever, mate."
Yeah.
That's my Mayo.
Yeah, that's Brave Exvius. There's a very specific reason that I can play that game that I can't say on the air. So.
All right, fair enough. We'll leave you to your secrets, Zenrod. But that's what you've been playing. Opera Omnius?
Opera Omnia.
Okay, Opera Omnia.
It's RPG. Plays like an actual Final Fantasy game. It's a lot of fun.
All right, that sounds good. Common, are you still there? He is not. So let me go on to me. Let me see. In terms of games that I've actually played, I'll stick to one that I haven't mentioned before, because I am always playing. I have 3 games I have in rotation. One is Dokkan, one is Shonen, the other is Fate Go. But I'll talk about other games that I played, because I recently played this old game that probably no one remembers, but that's not true. The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. An old SNES game. The reason is because I saw some real bitchin' fan art with Mickey Mouse in it, wearing the turban from Magical Quest. And I was like, I remember Magical Quest. I bet it still holds up. And I played it, and I beat it 2 hours later. And I was like, well, at least it was really short.
Well, did it hold up?
I mean, kind of. It's when you go back to old SNES games and you go, this is stupid hard. They only made this so people could keep playing it.
Yeah.
That's not the case with Magical Quest at all. The game is real easy. The only thing that's difficult is the controls, because they get a little bit hard to understand. But once you unlock the turban and you have magical powers, and you can just literally one-shot every single boss you run into. Like, there was a boss later on that I spent maybe a good 30 minutes on, because they told the game specifically, it looks like they're saying oh, use the fireman Mickey suit. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use this. And I was like, fuck this, I'm going to use the turban. And I beat that boss like 2 minutes later. And so, like, the only thing that's difficult is the controls. Because there's also another suit that is, like, I guess, I thought would be, like, Robin Hood Mickey, but it's actually, like, Hiker Mickey. So you have to do, like, some Uncharted 4 style grappling hook action. But the grappling hook sucks. So a lot of cases, I would be, like, grappling onto something, climb it, and then instantly fall to my death.
Excellent.
Yes.
That's a good mechanic. Speaking of grappling hooks, we've also been playing Monster Hunter.
Oh, that's another game I've been playing. Yeah, Monster Hunter. That's a real fun one. If
anybody on the fence about it.
Yeah, Monster Hunter World. It's real. I've played the 3DS one good enough, and I'll say Monster Hunter World is a way more accessible one. It's pretty easy to get in there, and some of the mechanics won't make sense to you, but you just got to keep on going through it and hopefully find a good Sherpa to tell you. I've had Zenrod helping me. I've had my other Monster Hunter friend who's always been in the wings, because you always have one Monster Hunter friend who really wants you to get into Monster Hunter. I feel like
that is true. Yeah, that's factual.
Yeah, so he was waiting for me. He was the person that when I bought Fighter Z, he was immediately disappointed in me. Hey, for a good reason, because Monster Hunter is real fun and you can actually go online with it. But that's beside the point. If you ever wanted to mount a monster, it's the greatest mounting simulator since Shadow of the Colossus.
Especially because you can do a fastball special.
Oh yeah, that one. Me and Zenrod were playing around, screwing around, and he hit me with his sword, and he launched me into the air, and then I mounted the monster midair. It was freaking awesome.
Give him about a 2-second warning scream of just fastball special go.
Yes, and then
it was midair before he had time to react, and it was worth it.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it, and the weapons in it, they all feel different. Like, I'm mainly sticking with Insect Glaive, because that's apparently the mounting monster weapon, and that's all I really want to do with my life, is I just want to jump in the air and mount those monsters.
I respect it, man. You gotta stay in your lane, you know?
Exactly, and it helps that I'm also finally learning not to go with, I shouldn't be attacking exactly where my partner is, because there's, like, animation staggering. And the cool thing, the reason I never realized it is that the Insect Glaive, actually, one of the 3 essences, prevents you from being stunned. So I never experienced it, but I was doing it to other people constantly.
Oh, really? I didn't actually know it had one that prevented stagger. That's pretty great.
Yeah, it has the 3 essences, and one of them is literally like you get super armor, basically. And I was doing it to my friend, and he was like, "Hey, cut that shit out. I'm trying to help you, and you're launching me across the way." I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know I could do that. I'll just focus on the other end." He's like, "Yes, that would be good. Thank you." So those are the games I've been playing. Both of them of different quality, both of them enjoyable in their own right. Monster Hunter World for the PS4, and The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse for the Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance. Unfortunately, Common seems to be lost.
It appears that he died.
Yeah, so I'll say what he's been playing. He's been playing a lot of Fate Go. They recently did I don't remember the fucking name of it, but there's like an anime character, and her name is Shiki, and she has like deaf eyes, and her ability is that her eyes can kill people because she can see their life strain. And they did an entire like apartment that reminded me of the Raid 1, so I really liked it because I also played it. And the character is actually a very good free-to-play character. And he also loves that series. I know that much. I think it's called like Kids Next Door, not KNK, KMK, something like that.
Kids Next Door.
Yeah, the
Kids
KNK.
Next Kick.
Yeah, something like KHK, Kentucky Fried something. I don't remember. But either way, it was a real good event. And it was good on Fate Go for doing that. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's been playing. That I speak for Common.
I'm glad that you made an honest effort, because I thought that was going to be one giant meme of just like some shitty game.
Oh, what? Me talking about Magical Quest? Or me talking about what I think Common's playing?
Making up what Common was playing. I thought you were just going to make up some bullshit.
Oh, no, never. I read everyone's Twitter, even though I shouldn't. But yeah, that's that segment. And before we end this to-be-released podcast, I want to say we got an email One person sent us an email that even when we didn't ask for it, and I felt like it should be answered. And the email was, "What happened to Aminal?" And the answer is that Aminal just kind of leaves randomly, and we hope that he's...
so Aminal will show up, hey dudes, and we're like, hey man, and then he'll be gone for like 7 months.
Yeah.
And then he'll just show up again like it was just yesterday, the last time he was in there.
The funny thing is that
one time his nose exploded.
What?
You don't remember that?
I don't think I was there for that.
So one time he was gone for like half a year, and no one knew what happened to him, and we were all like, well, I guess that's just
the nature of online.
You know, one of those sad internet things. You're like, I guess I'm not gonna see that guy anymore. And then he showed back up like a dog that had vanished and found its way home from another state on vacation or something. And he's like, hey dudes, I'm back. I almost fucking died. And we're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I was just really stressed, and then one night my head hurt, and then all of a sudden my nose exploded.
God damn.
And we were like, holy shit. And he was like, yeah, but I'm alive now. And that's one of the reasons he vanished, and then he just does it every now and again.
Yeah.
He's like an outdoor cat, where every now and again you don't know if it just walked off into the woods to die or not. But then he shows up a few days later, and he's okay.
And everything's good. The funny thing is that when we got this email like a day after he came alive again, and I was like, was this preordained? Is this email like he felt his presence being needed and he came alive? But yeah, so Aminal, he just kind of shows up. The best way to keep track of him is you actually should follow him on Twitter, even though mostly he just retweets other anime stuff. It's still a good barometer to know if he's alive or not.
Yeah, it is a little on the not safe for work side. So
yeah, it is. It really is. Between following him and Hope,
varying degrees is really awful. So
if you want to play the ultimate game, follow him and Hope, and then open your phone during work and hope for the best, and hope that neither.
If you ever want to play like high stakes job roulette with your friends, everyone just have their Twitter up, like, and then close the phone. And then set all your phones in the middle of the table and see which one the boss picks up.
Yep. That would be the ultimate game. So there you go. Aminal is basically our Frosty the Snowman. When he's here, enjoy him until he melts.
Yeah, basically.
And with that ends our first inaugural episode of To Be Released, to span just as long as DBZ did, which is 7,000 episodes or so.
Yeah, we'll be recording this from now until about 2023.
Yes, and then we will record a secret third one that will instantly be out of canon, which will be called To Be Released GT. And then
everyone will hate it. And then we'll come back a decade later with To Be Released Super, and everyone will be lukewarm about it.
They're like, Baby Penta was amazing. What are you talking about? He had the greatest villain backstory. All right, everyone.
Actually has a backstory, unlike Frieza.
Oh man, I think that we're getting our Frieza is Mobile Man. All right.
Oh my god.
Let's say goodbye. Say goodbye, Zen.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching the same show that you've already been watching, but we're calling it different.
Hell yeah.